Mark. Tonight we're talking about the enterovirus, a dangerous respiratory illness responsible for sending more than 100 children to the hospital. Well, now there are concerns it may have reached our state, and that's why we are asking your questions tonight, and we're joined by Dr. Kent Stahl of the Hartford Healthcare Medical Group to answer those questions. Thanks for being here.
Glad to be here, Denise.
We really appreciate it. Let's get to our first question from Slada Johnson, and she asks, can any child get this, or children with asthma only?
So certainly any child can get it. Enteroviruses are really the common summertime viruses. This D68 enterovirus is just one we haven't seen in this part of the world for a long time, since the 60s.
But if you have asthma, you would be more at risk for developing a serious complication.
Right, and so many kids get the virus and have just a cold, some have no symptoms. But if you have asthma, you're more likely to get some of the more severe respiratory symptoms, though not just the kids with asthma get those.
Okay. Melissa Kahn asks, what should parents with a child with a immunodeficiency condition be aware of?
Well, there are many different kinds, and many of the immunodeficiency conditions, the standard treatment will render the child almost like everybody else for that illness. Others, they can become sicker quicker. They can have more exaggerated symptoms, or they can react in the same way other kids do.
All right, and Melissa Everett Nicafaro asks, will common antibacterials like Purell kill the virus on a child's hands?
Absolutely. Hand washing is the best. 2 minutes, soap and water, better than everything else. If you can't get that, then using the Purell or other antiseptic hand wipes work well.
Well, how is it spread? It's droplets, isn't it?
It's spread direct contact. Contact with saliva, with nasal drainage, with body, respiratory fluids. And then getting it on your hands, putting your hands in your mouth or in your nose, and that's the means of spread.
All right, I have a question for you, and this is on behalf of all the little children out there who are not able to speak for themselves and can't say how they're feeling. What should parents of young children be watching for that could be a red flag of a problem? And specifically, I'm thinking about the chest, breathing, rapid breathing, shallow breathing. What would be a sign of a problem?
So, we all get cold symptoms. All the kids get cold symptoms. Most parents are pretty comfortable seeing that.
Yes.
But if the kid is looking like they just ran around the block, they're sitting still. If their nose is flaring every time they breathe, if the muscles in their neck or between their ribs seem to be sucking in when they take a breath, and they're breathing rapidly, once a second for a sustained period of time, that's an issue that's got to get looked at in an emergent fashion.
That was a great bit of advice there, because that's something a parent can definitely see.
Right.
Thank you so much. Great information, Dr. Kent Stahl from Hartford Healthcare Group. And for more information, you can always head to WFSB.com.